Hey everyone, um, back again. Um, I, uh, I wanted, I don't know, didn't know if I wanted to keep doing these, but after a lot of support, from you guys, in the first video, I really felt encouraged to keep going with this. Um, it helped me the first time just to be able to talk, and just open up about, just kind of open up, you know. um, I really appreciated that. Usually I try to do these whenever I'm feeling really sad, and I'm trying to do these when I feel really like sad or down, or I feel like there's a reason to do it. And tonight, it's like 3:30 my time, and I just feel really down right now. And so I thought that this would be a really good opportunity for me to make a video and talk about how I'm feeling. These are going to be really all over the place. I don't really have some sort of set script of what I want to say, or I don't even really remember where I left off in my last log. But I go through these periods in my life where I just feel really sad, and I feel like there's just no really purpose being here anymore. I feel like sometimes that I just don't have meaning, yes. And then other times I don't feel that, and I feel like things are going to be okay. And so I don't know. Right now, I don't know, this is so silly. Like, some of the stuff that I feel like makes me feel this way, I don't always feel like it's validated or reasonable. I feel like it's kind of silly to have other people listen to my problems, because I just feel like they're silly. But what has me really feeling kind of empty right now, I currently have a girlfriend, and I love her very much. She honestly saved my life, I would say. Earlier this year, I was at a point where I was planning to kill myself. And I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really know who I was. I felt like I had lost who I was. I felt like I had ruined my life, and I'll definitely talk more about why I felt like that later. But I met her in February. I met her in a really silly way. I met her on Hinge because I turned 18 last December, and I felt like, I don't know, I felt like, it's normal for people my age, people who turn 18, to feel like they want to get on dating websites and just like say that they did it. And so that was kind of my intention with going into that. And so I met her through there, and when I met her, she was very much lost. She lost in the sense that she did not know the Lord. She had fallen very much into the kind of like typical college lifestyle. But something about her just really drew me to her, and with the state of life I was in, and I think this might have contributed to why I continued to try to make it work in the beginning, was because I didn't think I would really be around much longer. And so I was like, well, might as well give it a shot, you know. But yeah, so I met her, and there were definitely a lot of really, really rough patches within like our relationship. In the beginning, a lot of things that hurt me. She was just a lot different than me. She grew up a lot different. I grew up in a very, very loving home, a very morally grounded home, and that's not something that she got to experience. She came from a really broken family, and I think that put a lot of, I think the way we were raised put a lot of division in between us in the beginning, but we continued to make it work. And you know, there's just so much I could talk about, and so much like so many things she did in her past that I know of and have hurt me knowing about. And I'm somebody that whenever like I have someone like that, I have like I have someone in my life so important to me as her, and she, has these past mistakes, these past things. I feel like I need to know about all of them. And so a lot of the beginning of our relationship was me finding out about this stuff. Things like, who she slept around with, honestly, and who she, the things she used to do. And some people aren't always going to agree, or people aren't always like that are watching this aren't probably going to agree with my stance, and that's perfectly okay, because I'm not you and you're not me, and that's okay. But things like drinking, like consistent drunkenness and consistent intoxication, smoking, like stuff like that, really bothered me, or does bother me. And so hearing about a lot of that definitely was rough to think of, but stuff that I was able to get past. And, I have been able to get past a lot of that, in getting to know her, and watching her turn her life around and give it to the Lord has been a blessing. But recently, so we both go to different colleges, a couple hours away from each other, and so sometimes it can be hard to communicate, and there was a night last week where I have we both have access to each other's socials, which I think is a healthy thing to do for the most part, especially in committed relationships. I think accountability is always important. Um, so I was going through some of her Snapchat, like not in necessarily a like I was looking for anything, to be honest. I think I was just going through it. And I had come across some stuff with a guy that she had been with um, about a month before I had met her and started getting to know her. And I knew of this guy, and I thought I knew of all the things that they had done. Um, and I found a lot of stuff within their messages and their snaps that I did not know about. Um, and that really, really hurt me, um, because I felt lied to. I mean, I guess in a way I really was, because those are things that we had talked about and I had asked about, and she had assured me that that didn't happen, or that didn't occur within their short stint together. So I can handle almost anything within, as long as honesty is being prioritized and I am being told about it. I can stomach about anything, because I too have messed up in my life and made mistakes that I regret. And so, how can I not be sympathetic, even if the thing is, objectively bad or whatever? Um, or subjectively, I guess is the word used. But I yeah, finding out a lot of that really hurt me, and I will admit I didn't react in a good way. I reacted in a pretty poor manner of just anger, I guess, and immediately kind of crashing out, I guess. Um, and so I, from that point, I kind of started looking more into other people that were in her life before me, um, through her socials, and really, really started to go down this really deep rabbit hole of her past, and I found a lot of things that I was not aware of. Um, One of the things that in particular that really hurt me um, was the fact that um, the guy that she, the guy that I had found these things on. Are you serious? Dude, I don't even know where I was. That's okay. That's okay. Man, that sucks. Um, the guy that I didn't know about, or the guy I knew about, the guy that I'd found these things about, within their Snapchat and stuff. I found out that she had continued talking to him for many months into our relationship. Um, and I don't know to what extent that was, because I can't see everything, of course, and that's probably good. But yeah. I apologize, guys. Had some technical difficulties with the recording. Um, but yeah, I found out some stuff about how they had continued talking far into our relationship, and that definitely hurt a lot, because there was a lot of promises she made about about these people, about that guy in particular. She knew how that guy made me feel and the things that they did. Um, and but of course that was all in the past at the time. And so like it's different. But whenever I found out that it had crossed over into our current relationship and I guess continued to some degree, I think that really broke me. Um, that really, really broke me. Um, and yeah, it's caused a lot of overthinking. I can be a very anxious and overthinking person. Um, I don't think people get that impression of me when they see me. I don't feel like I'm someone people uh that people think like overthinks or like really cares that much, but I feel like God made me with a very, very deep heart or very deep emotions. Um, I feel things very deeply, and I'm very sensitive, and sometimes I feel like that makes me too much, and that like the person I'm with is I'm too much for them. Um, and I've felt that my whole life, just feeling too sensitive. Things hurt me, um, and then I feel stupid for feeling that way. Or I feel stupid for yeah for feeling that way and having those feelings, and so um, I don't know. This really hurt me, and then like I said, I started going deeper into looking at other people, and there was a guy in particular that she knew in high school and um, continued outside of high school, and someone she was really important to her at the time, and that's okay in essence because I dated in high school as well, and but I knew it was someone that um that she really um like liked in high school, was really important to her, a guy, and um I know the things that they had done and how they were involved relationally. I'm trying to be really careful with how I talk about it, but I don't know necessarily why. I knew about their sexual experiences and just how she felt about him. I'd seen a lot about him, and he was a really, really crappy dude, and he treated her really poorly. And I have really harsh feelings towards him even now, even though I don't really know him. Um, but then I found out that they had been talking far far into our relationship, and even more than the first guy. Um, and I'll use names for this because I don't really care to protect people like that. But that's interesting cows. The first guy's name was Colin, and the second guy's name was Tyler. And you know, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Um, yeah, my girlfriend was talking to Tyler far longer than Colin, and what hurt is the fact that she lied to me about it. And looking back, and she's not anymore, I hope, not to my knowledge. But looking back, it made me feel like I wasn't enough at the time. And I know that we were only 3 or 4 months into our relationship. but at the time I felt like her world and she was mine. And so the fact that she allowed somebody like that to continue being in her life and continue having um, a toll on her, and I guess she was drawn to him, I don't know, but that made me feel like I wasn't enough. It made me feel like I was living in a shadow of another guy, of like a former lover. And that really hurts. And I just don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to deal with it. And she's someone that I love dearly. Um, and I'm just like in a really weird position where I normally would go to my friends or my family, people I really trust, a mentor maybe, and receive counsel, because I can acknowledge the fact that I don't know everything and I can't know everything, and I'm not always going to know how to handle every situation in the best manner because I'm living life for the first time. But I don't really feel like I have anybody that I can go to right now. I love my mom and she's like my best friend, but there's some things that I just don't know how to talk about with her, I guess. And this is something I'm a little embarrassed of because I feel like I'm wrong for feeling this way. I feel like I even feel like I'm the wrong guy for her because I can't handle this. And I feel like any other guy could look past this, and it's not like she was sleeping with another guy while we were dating, or she was doing something crazy, but it it just hurts. It hurts, and I look at her a little different now because if she was willing to lie about those things and explicitly lie about them multiple times to my face, what else has she lied about? What else could she be lying about? I don't know. I don't know, and that hurts. It hurts not being able to trust your partner because when you have somebody that you care that much about and someone that I mean, I've never let anybody know me so deeply as I've let this girl and been so vulnerable with. I've never done it. And so I don't know how to handle this. And part of me for a little while there was like, maybe this isn't going to work. And that really, that really sucks just to think about that. Just to think about that really sucks because this is the girl that I want to marry. I've never met someone that I've been so passionate about. I, and this is going to sound like kind of rude, but this is just my own personal experience. But there are very few like women that I've ever met or um interacted with where I was like, they are just really funny. And I don't know if that's just personally me and or what, and I'm sure there are tons of very funny uh I don't know why I think that's so offensive. I don't know. That's just my personal experience. And like I had a girlfriend in high school and I I like did not find her funny. I don't know. Like really, I just didn't. Like and she was a sweet girl and still very important to me as a person, I guess. Someone I still care about, not in the same way, but still care about. And but I just never really found her funny. And that's something that is so silly, but is so important to me, is that somebody I can just like, just has me belly laughing, you know? And this is a girl that does that to me. She's so sweet and she's so kind and thoughtful, and she's so considerate and genuinely the most beautiful woman, the most beautiful woman. I mean, definitely the most beautiful woman I've ever been with, and most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And like in my eyes, like she's gorgeous, and she's just has these eyes that just consume you. These beautiful brownish amber eyes that I just love, and this smile, and she has this giggle that I just, oh, I love it so much. I love everything about her so much. And and so like to even consider that, oh, this might not work out, was just like, wow, you know? And I haven't really taken any action within that. And we've had talks, and um it's hard. It's hard. I'm sure it's hard for her, you know? Like, what do you even say? And like I've had to take accountability for mistakes that I've made in my past that hurt her, and I understand. But and it's like what do you do? It's not like you can go back and change them, those mistakes. It's not like you can go back and change them even if you wanted to. But and so these discussions, these conversations with her just feel like there's like more to be desired. Like I don't know what I want or what I need, or I think I'm being selfish, to be honest, but I just know that every night I sit here, and I mean, I just get terrible sleep. Like I really do. It's almost 4 a.m. now, and I just sit there and I just think, and I just think. And for the first time in my life, I have considered taking like, or considered like using a substance to make me feel okay, and that's a disabling feeling in my opinion. Um, because I'm at the point where I just want to like turn my brain off. I just want it to all like just shut up and stop thinking, and it just makes me sad. It just makes me sad, and I don't know where to go from here. I really don't. I I think what hurts a lot too is I don't know, like I don't know if this is the right term for it, but I've always thought of it as micro cheating, like things that are not outright cheating. Like I think anybody could agree that if you're committed to somebody and they are hiding, dates or even hookups and doing that with other people, and in a committed relationship, that's should be considered as cheating. But things that I see that are not outright cheating but feel like cheating, like I guess I like consider them micro cheating, things like talking to an ex and lying about it, or entertaining another guy, um, and again lying about it. And I experienced that in high school with the girl that I was with, and I have a lot of regrets from high school. I have a lot of regrets from that relationship specifically because I experienced a lot of like micro cheating within that. And like, man, don't get me wrong, like I was no perfect boyfriend. I was no like just upstanding, perfect, but I was conscious of the decisions I was making when she wasn't around. Oh, I didn't even realize that was wrong. And I um I experienced like things with that girl that where she would do things and she would lie. Oh, I just hate lying. I just hate lying so much. She would lie and she would go and um, hang out with these guys that she, specifically this one guy that I knew she was really into at one point, and she would go and hang out with him and not tell me about it, and then do things that were very questionable, very physical at times, that made me feel really uncomfortable. And I remember there was one time in particular where she had gone to a friend's house, or I guess you can consider it a party. Probably not what like most people would consider a party, but it was um it was like, yeah, it was at a friend's, and um I wasn't there. I was at a tournament for basketball, and so I had known that she was going to be there and this other guy was going to be there, um and at the time I felt really stupid for doing this, but I had a friend that was also going to be there, kind of update me, I guess, and kind of keep an eye, almost like, I guess you could say spy, but just kind of keep an eye on it and update me to make sure that she was being truthful about what was happening. And so I'm, playing and doing my tournament and whatnot. And then that night, I got back to the hotel and I found out some really, really terrible. Well, at the time felt really terrible, but just like a lot of stuff with her and this guy, and um, running off and being one on one and doing things that looked really bad. And I can't really, I wasn't there and I can't say what exactly happened, but I also know that, like, it just sounds so silly. They were just very touchy. They were very touchy and very um, physical, and um, in the pool and doing just questionable things, and hearing about that and her telling me that nothing happened and that she didn't even interact with this guy besides one conversation, and then hearing all this was just like terrible. It was just terrible. Um, and and what I regret is not having enough self-respect to walk away, because at the time I knew that I probably should walk away, but I felt like I cared about this girl enough that I was willing to overlook these things and make it work. And in the end, it kind of screwed me. And my girlfriend now knew about those things and knew how I felt about like micro cheating, or um, just like little things like that that stack up. That she knew about the lying, and she knew how it made me feel, and I basically begged her that she can do whatever, to me. She can walk away from this if she feels like it's not right, but please just don't cheat on me. Please just don't do things behind my back. Please just don't lie to me. Um, and that's all I asked. And I think that's, again, adds on to what really hurts about this situation. And I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really do love this girl. I really, really do. She means so much to me, and I wonder is this just another situation where I don't have enough self respect to walk away whenever it's time? Or am I doing the right thing by staying and being strong and working through our problems? Because I know she loves me now. The feeling of not being, of like almost not being enough is just such a terrible feeling. And it's something that has stuck with me in these last 2 weeks or so. And I just keep hoping and praying that things will get better. And that this is something that mentally I just like am able to put away. Um, Guys, I have such a janky setup, I can't even lie. Like, I am no YouTuber. Like, I've just been doing these because I felt like this would be really good for me, my mental health. But I'm playing on my laptop right now, the janky mic. I don't even have a mouse. This is like really hard. But let me get to oh crap. All right, watch this. Okay, okay, okay. All right. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, guys, I don't want to have just these absurdly long videos. Um, really, I want you guys to know it means so incredibly much that, you know, I had 100 people watch my video last week, and um, a number of you actually sat down and listened to me talk for 40 minutes about my silly problems, and like I haven't felt care like that in a long time. Um, I feel like I have friends that I can talk to right now, and I'm really thankful for that. And I just I really love you guys. I really love the people that are willing to listen and just I know I don't know you personally and you don't know me personally, but um I still love you and I'm really thankful. I'll probably try to make a video this weekend and talk a little bit more about my life and continue trying to actually do something productive in this world. But yeah, guys, thank you. And I'll see you.